Well, this should be fun.
Dennis is one of the hardest working guys I know.
He's a legend, it's not an exaggeration. He's the one that has always been looked to for the wisdom, for the advice, for knowing the right thing to do.
You know, you can't think about NCISAA track and cross country without thinking of him.
The impact that he's had on the program is just amazing.
He loves seeing young kids get better. To see them have their PR is super fun to him.
Come on, Jack, good time, 3:25.
When I became the athletic director in 1991, we were in the midst of winning literally 13 straight boys cross country championships. So there was a period of time where it was just kind of expected that we were going to win the state championship this year or be very close.
He was a competitor. He wanted to win meets, he wanted his kids to be as good as they could be, but he valued so much decency and valued who kids were.
You see that competitiveness, but also that passion where you can tell he really cares about what you're doing and that he is really proud. And that means so much to a young high school athlete.
I think he saw the potential that I had, and he really kind of nudged me to just go over that limit and not settle for good enough.
Both my mom and dad ran a lot. On a Saturday morning, I'd go do something for the city-county cross-country meet or hold a stopwatch at a track meet, and that would be our Saturday morning. I don't think he really changed that much from being a dad to being a coach. He more or less is the same person in every facet of his life.
I think Dennis would probably tell you that first and foremost he's a teacher, and he's an icon at our school as a teacher.
He's my role model. I had been a swim coach and I knew, oh yeah, I like coaching, this is fun. And then I was like, well, maybe I could be a teacher. I'm like, maybe I could be like Mr. Cullen.
I ran for Dennis. My wife, Virginia, whom I dated at Durham Academy, ran for Dennis. We get married, Dennis speaks at our wedding. Dennis is there with our kids and rooting for them just like he rooted for us.
In my senior year, I committed to Dartmouth, and it was really nice to have Mr. Cullen there. Walking into that next chapter, and just to have him there meant a lot to me.
That's a 146, that's impressive.
He knows our stats better than we do from 30 years ago.
I'm sure if you ask Mr. Cullen right now, what should be his personal best in the long jump, in the 100-meter hurdles, or the 60-meter hurdles, he'd be able to spit them off to you off the top of his head, which is crazy. And not just mine, but I feel like he'd be able to do that for several other athletes he's coached.
I love to watch him at the finish line because you can tell if it's a really great result, he'll be tearing up. And just that he's feeling that pride and that joy for that person is just, it's great to see.
He's fully devoted to it. There's no halfway. I mean, even now he's fully devoted to it. He will run our meets, upload high tech, look at top 10 lists, send notes. There's no 8-hour day.
He's always the first to volunteer. I mean, I saw him driving the bus to graduation. Here he is on the eve of his retirement, and he's one of the faculty that steps up to volunteer in that way.
He's genuine, he's in it for everyone, and he doesn't want anything in return. And I think that's a heck of a thing.
All right, Madeline, give it a shot.
Haha, give it a shot.
There you go, Caroline was paying attention. Okay.